So, as is unsurprising, the mainstream media, particularly Rolling Stone magazine, has demanded that TikTok censor videos that are documenting Amber Heard's lies, her inconsistencies on the stand. It's kind of interesting that the media continues to be blatantly on Amber Heard's side. We heard about the ACLU story throughout this. They were clearly taking a side before any evidence had come out, right? And running with that story. And even after all this has come out, the mainstream media still appears to be predominantly on Amber Heard's side and salty that people in the LawTube sphere are getting more content, or more viewers, more people watching their content than the mainstream media's take on this. The media likes to control the narrative on everything. And so I find it interesting that they're now demanding social media censor people who are pointing out the truth here. And I bet it's not just Rolling Stone. I think other publications are doing that as well. So let's just go ahead and start with this article here. TikTok, Rolling Stone, Nanny State, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard defamation lawsuit. This is by John Rappaport. Censorship on parade because we must be protected from quote-unquote dangerous content. At InfoWars, Paul Watson has a story, quote, TikTok censored numerous viral videos alleging inconsistencies in Amber Heard's testimony after the platform was contacted by Rolling Stone magazine, unquote. Quote, seemingly keen to stop the spread of embarrassing viral videos, which portrayed Heard in a bad light, Rolling Stone contacted the platform, claiming that the videos glorified violence or suffering, unquote. How? How is pointing out her lies glorifying violence or suffering? That doesn't make any sense. Quote, one of the videos in question, which was later deleted by TikTok, featured two cats playing the roles of Heard and Depp. Oh, wow, guys, that's really scary. That's really violent. Kitty cats. Quote, in the video, Heard's testimony is reenacted by a cat in a blonde wig, with the same cat in a black wig and a Pirates of the Caribbean bandana playing Johnny Depp, reports reclaim the net. When the video starts, the cat playing Heard is lightly slapped using a finger. Whoa. Dangerous, scary stuff there, guys. TikTok removed several videos. It was alerted to by Rolling Stone journalists, quote unquote. I would say hall monitors, stenographers. They're not journalists, claiming they violated the platform's policies against bullying and harassment. How is that bullying and how is it harassment? Which does not allow content that disparages victims of violent tragedies. Excuse me, but the whole point of the court case is deciding whether there was a victim of a violent tragedy. This is not assumed prior to the trial. Yeah, who's the real victim here? I think we all know. It's Johnny Depp. Apparently, TikTok missed that point, or possibly they and Rolling Stone have already adjudicated the case, and I missed the memo. That's right. Apparently, we're trying things now in the court of public opinion, and the media is the judge, jury, and executioner, the mainstream media. There is also the issue of how dangerous two video cats playing Johnny and Amber actually are. But prior assumption / adjudication is the big one, because these days, that is the preferred method of analysis. Quote, we know what the outcome should be, so we don't have time to waste getting to it, unquote. Depp and Heard and their incompetent lawyers made a stupid mistake. Rather than filing a case with a court, they should have just gone directly to Rolling Stone and TikTok to make a ruling about the violent tragedy. According to the same logic, independent journalists should send their articles to the new Government Disinformation Board before publishing them. I could have saved 2 years and over 475 articles about the fraud by simply making proper inquiries prior to posting. Actually, prior to writing, quote, "Dear sirs and madams and other genders, here is a list of conclusions I'm making about C. Please let me know whether I should allow any of them to see the light of day. Your faithful servant," unquote. Bottom line, if you or I are considering making any statement about a favored class of purported victims, regardless of circumstances or context, we should consult a preferred authority first to see whether we are disturbing an ongoing agenda. Agenda equals the truth, as we all know. You are not allowed to question that. And once we do know, we can couch our remarks in a way that endears us to everyone else who also knows up front what the outcome of a given event ought to be. It's a simple way to do business and succeed in the marketplace of ideas. Closed ideas, that is. Let's move on to this NBC News article. Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial memes could have a chilling effect on victims of DA, expert says. Who are these experts? Like this is trust this on experts? Who decides who's an expert? And even if they are an expert, does that automatically mean that they are correct? Credentialism, that's what we're talking about. So-called authoritative sources. Having a certification or a degree does not automatically make you right. The jokes being made at Heard's expense are a quote-unquote slap in the face of all DV victims, one survivor said. No, you know what's a slap in the face for all real victims? Lying about abuse, making up false allegations. That is a slap in the face to all victims. By Rosenblatt. As a survivor of DA, Ruth M. Glenn said, watching the Amber Heard Johnny Depp defamation case has been triggering. Then don't watch it. If you know there's going to be talk of allegations of DV and you are a victim and you know this is something that could trigger you, why are you watching it then? No one's forcing you to look at any of this. It's not that she believes one side over the other. It's more that they're just inescapable memes and jokes on social media emanating from the trial have exacerbated the trauma of surviving to another level. No one is forcing her to look at this stuff. Let's be honest. And what does that even mean? If you can't handle seeing memes, maybe you shouldn't be on the internet. Why should everybody have to curtail the truth and information and jokes to appease a very, 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 very small subset of snowflakes that can't handle anything, apparently? Depp and Heard have been in a weeks-long battle in Fairfax County, Virginia courtroom. The Pirates of the Caribbean actor is suing Heard for $50 million in damages over a 2018 essay she wrote for the Washington Post. No, basically, she and the ACLU wrote, in which she said she had become, quote, the public figure representing DA, unquote. Although the essay never mentions Depp by name, his attorney said it indirectly refers to allegations she made against him during their 2016 divorce. Heard is countersuing Depp, seeking $100 million in damages. Glenn, who is chief executive officer of the National Coalition Against DV, is among a contingency of Karens on social media following the case who have been horrified by the way some on platforms like TikTok and Twitter have turned Heard's testimony about alleged she endured during her relationship with Depp into memes, jokes, and lip syncs. Oh yeah, you're not allowed to laugh, guys. You can't have fun. You can't have an opinion Only certain special people are allowed to have an opinion. And let's be real, are these really independent people? Are they really not taking a particular side in advance? Have they not already sided with her because of their own biases? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Hashtags like Amber Heard is a psycho or Amber Heard is a liar have racked up billions of views on TikTok and Twitter. Well, the mainstream media is jealous about that because it's competition. We can't have that. Even searching content that appears to be pro-Heard, like the hashtag I believe Amber Heard, typically yields videos and posts maligning the actor. Oh, we can't have democracy. We can't have the democratic spread of people's thoughts and opinions. You're not allowed to have that. Except when, of course, it goes with the prevailing agenda and narrative of the special protected class of privileged individuals. Quote, I can't imagine what this might be doing to someone who may eventually want to seek safety and support, Glenn said. What? What are you talking about? Quote, whether it's Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, how dare us make fun and make light of someone who is sharing something very personal, no matter how we feel about that person. Oh yeah, you're not allowed to make fun or make light of something that is clearly fraudulent. A spokesperson for TikTok declined to comment. TikTok's community guidelines, here's the internet hall monitors, guys, state that it does not tolerate members of our community being shamed, bullied, or harassed. But that's not what this content is doing. The platform says it removes expressions of abuse, including threats or degrading statements intended to mock, humiliate, embarrass, intimidate, or hurt an individual. They're not trying to intimidate Amber Heard. She is privileged and powerful and wealthy. The average citizen does not have those things. A spokesperson for Twitter declined to comment. This is how the media tries to intimidate, harass, and bully social media into censoring regular citizens, powerless citizens, from being allowed to express their own opinions, thoughts, and ideas and create content that is a direct competition to the media. It's actually anti-competitive business practices. They are a cartel. They are a monopoly. Heard will take the stand again Monday. The outcome of survivors of DA seeing these posts could have what Glenn called a chilling effect. What does that even mean? What about the chilling effect that making false allegations and lying about DV could have on real victims? Where's the NBC News article on that? Where's the Rolling Stone article on that? Survivors say Heard Depp posts make social media feel more toxic. It's the internet. It's not a safe space. If you don't like it, if you can't handle it, don't use the internet. No one's making you do that. For some who have survived DV, watching the mockery play out has reopened emotional wounds. Why would it? No, I've heard from people who are real victims, and they have said that it's Amber Heard's lies that are damaging to them. Quote, for me, it takes me back to where I once was, says Tawana P. Harris, who serves as CEO and executive director of the Butterfly Society. Again, these are groups who have a clear agenda. They have a clear bias. The advocacy group that provides resources to victims and survivors of DV. And that's what happens. You're re-victimized all over again. You're not believable, apparently. No. It makes you mad. It makes you angry. Until you've lived it, you will never understand. BS. I have lived abuse. And this is not what they're claiming. Harris, who herself endured 3 years of DV and has been an advocate for survivors, said the response is insulting to victims. No, what's insulting to victims is lying about being a victim in a very obvious way, perpetrating a fraud. That is what is damaging and insulting to real victims. Stealing somebody else's essay story, that is damaging and insulting to real victims. But you won't see NBC News talking about that. At the Marie Oakes on Twitter says, journalists seem so salty that social media seems to be predominantly on Johnny Depp's side over Amber Heard. MSM journos are trying to get social media platforms to remove content and believe the algorithm is pushing pro-Depp content. maybe people are just seeking it out. Well, exactly, but they know that, and they just don't want people to, they don't like democracy in that context. It seems unfathomable to them that people are seeking this content out for themselves, but these people don't believe in agency. Why it's time to believe Amber Heard, Vogue, from May 17th, just yesterday. Where to begin with the online cesspit that is Depp v. Heard. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you'll know that the ex-spouses are back in court. Johnny Depp is seeking damages of $50 million after Heard wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post in which she spoke of being a victim of DA without ever explicitly naming Depp. The minutia being combed through at the trial has come to feel less like a lawsuit and more like a torturous exorcism of the past, a thorough and painful raking over the coals of their 4-year entanglement. The details of both Depp and Heard's testimonies are harrowing all by themselves, gruesome, violent, and containing deeply intimate anecdotes about their relationship. Broadly speaking, witness testimonies can be persuasive, and with 2 actors in the dock, we can never be sure of the absolute truth. Still, despite the fact that London's High Court previously found allegations that Depp was a wife-beater to be quote-unquote substantially true, and yeah, let's re-examine that. The internet appears to have overwhelmingly picked Depp's side. Oh, we can't have that. Last week, quote, or hashtag justice for Johnny Depp was trending on Twitter. Yesterday, it was hashtag Amber Heard. Well, the media has decided you're not allowed to have that opinion, guys. Go on social media, and the anti-Heard sentiment is palpable. Yeah, because people don't like liars. The memes have been ferocious, sometimes consisting of a spot the difference comparison with DA victims. At other times, televised courtroom footage has been appropriated to openly mock her appearance. It is plain misogyny. No, it's not. The company behind the makeup compact Amber Heard used to hide her bruises, so they're already saying that she had bruises and that she actually used that. They're making a statement of fact here. That is not... we don't know that that's a fact. That is a claim. It's an allegation. Even made a TikTok disputing her claims. No, they told the facts. They said the truth that this compact didn't exist during that time. How is that disputing her claims? No, it was absolutely showing that she lied. Heard is being systematically jeered at and ridiculed like a medieval criminal in the stocks as she catalogs historic abuse, as she alleges are. As she lies and tells inconsistent things, have we completely lost track of the severity of those allegations? No, that's why this is such a big deal, because they're so severe. These are criminal allegations against somebody that could ruin their life, even send them to prison, and she lied about it. We all understand that Depp fans will side with Depp, but even the less aggressively Depp-pilled of us want to believe that the Caribbean pirate is blameless. No, that's not true. If not squeaky clean, then at least under the duress of drug addiction or acting out of character, that his V can be somewhat explained by a lapse of judgment or circumstance or both. His V, again, another statement of fact that has not yet been adjudicated. It has not been proven at all that he was violent. There's been no proof of that. They're just saying it. We certainly don't want to believe that this entire court case is a precise and conniving operation in discrediting her. Oh, it's a big conspiracy against her, regardless of what she has to say, regardless of her truth. There is no such thing as her truth. There is only the truth. I don't want to think about what this is saying to victims of A who are considering coming forward. What about false allegations? Have you considered what that does to real victims? And regardless of what Heard did or didn't suffer at the hands of Depp, isn't the relentless memeing of her a form of V in itself? No, memes on the internet are not V. Are you this stupid? Is the pummeling by social media not a type of psychological assault? No. Are we not witnessing a modern day witch trial? No. This is a fair court. She has her own defense attorney. She has probably a $100,000 team of high-profile lawyers representing her, things that the regular person does not have access to. Don't act like this is a witch trial against her, like she has no fair shot. That's absurd. And it's insulting to the court. Some weeks the internet is buoyant. All of us kept afloat by daft dresses and Kardashian weddings and Marvel actors saying they've never been in the same room. Other weeks it just feels too heavy. We're watching people actively seek out humor in DA as Roe v. Wade is terrorized by pro-lifers. So once again, they're taking an explicit side. Terrorized. How about pro-murder people terrorizing Supreme Court justices at their home and throwing Molotov cocktails into pro-life buildings? That's what happened recently by a group calling itself Jane's Revenge. And as we see yet more episodes of racially aggravated violence, we rally, we always rally, but right here, right now, it feels shit. I spend a lot of time wondering if everyone's lost the plot, if the erosion of empathy we see online has rendered us so inherently unkind as a species that there's no return. I don't want to despair for humanity. I want to believe that some of us are offline and mildly compassionate, or compassionate in a way that doesn't get tweeted about, that you're all out there being nice to each other, and I'm reporting on a tiny cluster of internet users with pitchforks. No, the people with pitchforks are the people who showed up to the homes of Supreme Court justices and tried to intimidate them with violence into changing a court opinion. Though I felt myself veering toward it, I can no longer both sides this. It's time to draw a line. It's time to believe women, all women. It's time to believe Heard. The British courts believe Depp beat his ex-wife. What's stopping the rest of us? Yeah, they didn't have access to all the evidence, did they? Is this a joke? Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe the facts. Believe the narrative and believe every single woman, no matter what. Because we all know, apparently, women never tell lies. They never have an agenda. Unbelievable. Absolutely despicable. So this is the mainstream media and their agenda. You are not allowed to have an opinion. You are not allowed to even post about it online, or you're going to be accused of psychologically assaulting her and being violent. Words aren't violence. Memes aren't violence. And it's actually insulting to victims of DV and real A and R to claim that words and pictures on the internet is violent. How dare they? But these are the people who have decided that they speak for everyone. They're the experts. They know it all. They have it all figured out. And whatever their personal belief is, every single one of us has to believe and accept it. Right? Raven Smith, Vogue magazine. Right? Rolling Stone. Right? NBC News. That's the real issue here, is the fact that they're concerned that they're no longer going to have a stranglehold on the cultural narrative and on culture itself. Their ability to influence people is being chipped away at by regular people having the ability to point out lies, to go on the internet and have an opinion, to create content and become known for it. This is why they hate the law tubers, people like Legal Bites, Ricada Law, our friend Andrew at Legal Mindset, and it's why they're having social media throttle these channels, because these are real experts, real legal experts, and they have an opinion different from journalists. But journalists somehow feel that they are smarter and that they know more than actual lawyers covering this case. It is unprecedented arrogance. So there you have it. If you start seeing videos disappear, it is because journalists demand that people only listen to them. They have it all figured out. They know the truth. And one could even say that they themselves are co-conspirators perpetrating a fraud on the court and on the people. And the real insulters of survivors of DV.